Hey, welcome back. I'm Andre Thompson, Privileged Bowhunter. I'm out here, buddy Josh, right? Reached out on Instagram, watched some of the videos, and he's got some tethered gear showing up. And before it shows up, he just kind of wants to get his hands on it, get on a tree, see how it works out, and we'll go from there. Yeah,
I saw your video between the trophy line and the
one stick.
The one stick, and I definitely see the issue. You're using the rope to hold it in place, and you can go higher
Right.
with each one.
Yeah, but like, you ever play like Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty, somebody uses a FN, somebody uses, I would run around at night. I just want to be light, right? So it's like whatever your loadout is, preference,
Right.
and neither one of them is right or wrong, as long as it's something that you can do that's safe. But like, as I just start playing with stuff, it just makes more sense for my style.
Okay.
You know.
Do you find yourself standing or sitting most of the time?
So lately I've been doing a lot of sitting.
Okay.
But I will take some lean breaks. You know, I'll kind of stand up, lean. But for me, I prefer to shoot with my knees into the tree.
Okay.
And so I already want to be sitting when I'm in the tree.
Gotcha.
So what I hate is, like, I will shoot from like leaning, but a lot of times you're in that tree and it's windy and you're leaning, it's just compounding different things for my brain to have to calculate. Oh, and then the deer took a step. But if my knees are drilling into that tree, that's something that's stable and not moving. Now I just need to, that's how it works for me.
Okay.
And so I don't like being leaning and then be sitting there in my mind like, man, I wish I would have my knees into the tree. So my A+ answer always is to get back to knees in the tree.
Okay.
But you gotta take it how you can get it sometime, I guess.
Is that something you figured out as you've done this?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep. So it's like, because I remember there's a couple times deer will walk through or whatever, and I'd be leaning, and I'd be like, I find myself like subconsciously inching my knees towards the tree, trying to see if I can do it without moving too much.
Gotcha.
So I'm rocking the ATC. Right now though, in this mode, this isn't doing anything. I'm really being held by the swavage. So at this point, I don't even take it off at the end of the hunt. So this is set up from the ground because I don't want to be making transitions up in the tree.
Gotcha.
Because that's just, I don't want to have to retie this up there and then mess it up and then go to free falling somehow.
That makes sense.
So, have you heard of auto block?
Uh-uh.
Okay. So auto block is perfect to pair with ATC. So you kind of pull all the slack out of here. This is one of my tests from the ground, right? So I just want to see if my auto block is holding. So now my swavage is completely like not binding at all, but my auto block is still locked in. It's putting that,
Okay.
it's locking in here on the ATC. And when I want to repel, you know, I can keep tending this here, just like pinching this, and this will feed down, and I grab the auto block, and then I can just walk. And I'll just walk down the tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Some folks untie this. Like, one word of caution, like if it's raining and this gets like really, really soaked, it's a bad day with this on. Sometimes it gets really hard to undo.
Okay.
If that's the case, if it's raining, I'll just undo the swavage. What do you plan on using for a pull down?
Just the rope that I was gonna carry the bow up with.
I recommend, are you planning on using paracord?
Yeah, is it too stretchy?
Don't use paracord.
Too stretchy?
Yeah, you'll probably be good for a few hunts, and then one night you're gonna spend an hour trying to get your rope out of the tree, because yeah, it'll be stuck on something,
Okay.
and that paracord is gonna be stretching. Just ask me how I know.
This is the stuff you don't learn on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, some of the stuff is like, are you drinking saddle hunting one stick and Kool-Aid? And then some of the stuff is like, yeah, it's just pay for the Dynaglide, dog. I set up everything as if I was about to rappel, like when I get to the tree. So I take a couple extra minutes.
What about going around other branches?
On the way up.
Yes.
So on the way up, there's 2 ways you can do it. So I keep another tether.
Okay.
And for that case, like I don't want a whole bunch of metal, and I'm only really using this tether for going around branches. I don't know that this may be some people's A+ answer, but I don't really use this to go around branches. I prefer my lineman's belt, because my lineman's belt, like when I am trying to reattach this, if you're just hanging from your tether, it's kind of hard to control yourself when you're up there. But if you got this lineman's belt on, you can kind of suck yourself in close to the tree. So now I'm standing on that platform, and I can get nice and tight here. So I'm standing on the platform, and I don't feel out of control. Well, with that tether, even if you shorten it, you're still like, ooh. Okay. This is like having another 2 arms holding you, like hugging you to the tree. So I'll bring this in nice and tight, undo this, and then I can bring it high. I don't like trying to do that hanging from another tether. I don't feel as in control.
Because the first answer, the have another loop was what I was thinking, but that actually makes a lot of sense.
Pros and cons though, right? Like having the other one, if you do slip, you know, you set your other tether up. If you do slip, you're going straight here. If you're only on lineman's, you might slide a good ways down that tree before you get caught, if you get caught.
That was actually the way that I used to set up like sticks and ladders and like hang-on stands. With a lineman's belt, I never really had this going on until I got to where I was going.
Same, but yeah, so.
How long did it usually take you to get, like?
I can get up there. I did a video, I think it took me like 30 minutes one time, but I'm down to like set up, ready to hunt, ring of steps on, everything, bag pulled all the way up. Probably like 10 to 15 minutes now, like I'm still in hunting.
Okay.
Yep. If you blaze up there, there's gonna be a little bit more movement, but I don't really make much sound. I got that tether 1 stick. I mean, it's stealth stripped all the way up.
Yeah, I was gonna get that, but they ran out on, I think,
the
Thursday.
1 stick? Really? He's still selling out? Dang, they're killing it.
Yeah, I mean, they got the 3-packs and 4-packs, but I'm like, I only want 1.
Oh yeah. And then this camo form tape, you do like a couple times a year have to redo it on your carabiners and stuff.
Okay.
But man, it's so money. Like even walking in, just like stuff not clinking together is just nice and silent when you walk in. So one thing to think about too is these weird lumps in the tree.
Yeah.
Were you using climbing sticks already?
I have used
with
them before.
Okay.
Nothing with amp steel. It was always like cinch strap.
Gotcha.
And it was more go scout the area out and put this thing out a week prior to.
Right.
So
you're going under first.
Under.
Around.
Okay.
And then just give it a little. I think they do 2 in the instructions. I've always just done that. But so this would probably kick out on you, right? So I'm looking for, like I probably set it like here. I don't want to be dealing with this weird curve here. I need a good bite into the tree. I wouldn't even go up that because I can possibly get up there, but it's a risk.
Okay.
It's a risk.
When you do find a crooked tree, because there's the tree that I'm looking at doing or going up at the spot that I'm baiting, it's like this.
I go top side because if the tree is leaning towards me and I'm down here, it's like this saddle starts pulling so much and all that pressure is just on the back of my legs.
Okay.
Whereas on the top side, it's a little bit more comfortable, but it's going to be on your knees are going to be driving. Your weight's going to be more behind you.
Okay.
Which is going to be digging your knees into the tree. And when you go to if you go to step off, you know, right or left, gravity is going to try to take you.
Okay.
But I can't sit still enough on that bottom side of the tree. I might as well leave the woods at that point. I'm moving too much. But yeah, I'm climbing the top side too, because hanging up, you're trying to do a pull-up the whole time. I feel like that's some of the reason why folks say saddle hunting's too hard, or like one stick climbing's too hard. They're climbing on the wrong side of the tree. Or they got this big heavy backpack on, and when they're reaching down for their stick, and when they come back up, they're doing a sit-up every single time, and they already don't work out. Then you're gonna put a 20-pound backpack on.
Yeah, I can see that.
I leave the pack on the bottom of the tree. I get up there, slick with no weight on me other than my saddle, and then I pull everything up at the end.
Oh.
What kind of rope is this?
This is from Cruise.
Okay.
Or Cruiser.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't skimp on the. Anything I'm gonna be hanging from, I'm not really skimping on.
Okay, just doing the dummy check, you know.
Right. This comes out toe in.
Oh yeah. Straight into the. Now, you're kind of. Come around here, Crystal, real quick. So this is where a lot of us saddle hunters get caught up right here, one sticking. Bridge on this little hook right here. So, and then you don't see it in the dark, right? So people get like frustrated and they just suck back into the tree, get rid of that slack. Yeah. And then one thing to think about, just to be aware of, is your fingers in between the tree and the rope. Because if that does kick out,
okay,
you might get degloved. Gotcha. So I personally don't just let that go. That's why I like my auto block here, because it's just another hand for you to be able to work with.
Gotcha.
Assume that starts slipping or whatever. I personally don't like to, but that's just me.
Another safety feature then?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Auto block, like super cheap, and it's like having another hand there.
You think the climbing store would have that here?
100%. I think this is where I got it from.
Okay.
Climb Aloha.
Got it. I can feel myself already trying to rotate around the tree.
Yep,
too.
so your next move, you'd probably want to be towards the left a little bit. So don't start trying, you see how that's open? So don't put your foot in yet. You need to make sure that's set and then pull down, out and down. So from the bottom.
I definitely see what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Once I put it that spot, it was definitely, this is solid.
Yeah, and that's what you need before you take a step up the tree onto that stick. You need to be 100% confident that it's set. Like take the extra second, and that'll help prevent kickouts. If you're sitting there with one in, even if you have 3 points of contact, it's not good enough, right? It's just not worth it.
I actually got this at Home Depot.
I would not do that.
No? It's rated for 2,000 pounds.
Nope, don't do that.
No?
Nope.
All right.
Nope. Get something climbing rated, where them folks have to carry insurance.
Gotcha.
Them people say don't use that for. They got a disclaimer on there that says not for overhead use and not for human use.
Gotcha.
People might argue with me in the comments. I don't care. They don't do that.
All right. Don't do that. No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is definitely informative.
Yeah.
A lot of people make it look really easy, but then they don't show their first time climbing up a tree.
That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. My homie Josh, he is going to be a saddle hunting one sticking fool safely without hurting himself. If you guys need any help or if you guys got anything that I missed, any tips, leave it below in the comments.